Hey, Keith,
Yeah.
what in the world made you want to come and volunteer here?
Oh. Kind of felt sorry for you.
Kind of. That makes me feel great. I feel sorry for me too, though. So I can't blame you.
No, I'm not. We've all taken well, I mean, this is a really big project, but
Yeah.
I don't think you realize what you're getting yourself into when you started it. But,
Well, I do realize because I've been doing it for 2 years now. So.
I mean, when you first bought it.
Oh yeah, I did not know. Yeah, that's for sure. So.
Yeah, I get a couple days a week.
That's awesome. So we're preparing for the electrician to bring the electricity over to a sub panel in the front area that we're trying to get legal and up to code. It's being wired by a certified electrician, but there's a lot of prep work that can be done before the electrician does his magic. So the power comes in here to the building, and it's just running off in that direction. It's going to go through those walls and out to the other side. But so today's work is prep work for the certified electrician because all of this stuff is interfering with the routing of the power cables over to that sub panel that I just showed you. And there are a lot of new people to the channel, so I just wanted to do kind of a quick flashback to the adventure that we had getting to where we're at right now. So when we bought the building, the only place that electric was coming in and being used was right here in some very large boxes. I think it was mounted right here. And look at the size of that cable right there. So it came in from an overhead outside, and it was three-phase power coming in. And our elevator that we're still in the process of trying to get running, it's an ongoing epic adventure story, operates on three-phase power. And we thought that we were going to have to run about 200 feet of gigantic cable all the way down past the elevator, up 3 flights of stairs, up another 14 feet, and into the elevator shaft to power the elevator. And so we were looking at the options, and we talked with the city, and they were like, we don't know how you're gonna get those parts. Those are a year out to get that stuff. And you're looking at like well over $10,000 to bring three-phase into the building. And I do what my modus operandi is. I just keep going and hoping that things will work out. And so we called the local electric supplier, Ameren, which is the local electric provider. And they came out and they were like, well, we're gonna have to dig up the road, and you're gonna have to remove this fence, and because we can't get access to it. And I was kind of getting depressed, and so we set up one more appointment for him to come out. I had a few more questions, and I was talking to the guy that came out, and he had another guy that was in the truck, and he's like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, well, we're trying to figure out how to get this three-phase into the building from this overhead over here. And he was like, why don't you just use that other three-phase? Kind of like Sling Blade. Ain't got no gas in it. We have three-phase coming into the building at another place, which was a great revelation. I'm going to take you over here and show it to you. But we didn't realize that we had three-phase coming in. Right there is the elevator, and just like about 10 steps over here, right there is where that three-phase power comes into the building. Look at that. Looks like basically a brand new piece of equipment. I don't know when that was installed, but it's coming from that tower there. We thought this had been shut off. Once the fire happened, they cut everything. So somehow this, which is right by where the fire happened, didn't get disconnected, and we saw three-phase. No equipment to buy, no nothing, just hook it up. And the cool thing is that with that, someday when I can afford it, we'll be able to put three-phase tools in here, because Three-phase tools are the best, and they're the cheapest because nobody buys them because nobody has three-phase, so they're in less demand. You can get better stuff for a better price, so it's like a win-win-win all the way around. A little bit of a sad moment here because back in the day, this is where the time card punch was, and I know it was that way from pretty early. I think this wooden wall is a later addition. The brick is the very early stuff, and this is some kind of new configuration that happened. But the very old holder for all the employee time cards was mounted right here. And I think this had some places where information for the shifts were posted. And you can see that there was a shift clock right there that somebody's removed, sadly. But none of that's left. The only thing I have is the time card punch thing. And I'm going to use it maybe in a little bit of a museum setup that I want to do someday. So that's going to be somewhere else. So all this is going to go. So today is another chapter in the journey of the never-ending story of replacing windows. And we got a wonderful gift from Georgia and Jean Davis. Not only did they send us plexiglass Lexan panels for the windows, but they pre-sanded them to make sure that they're frosted and match. How awesome is that? So thank you guys, very, very much appreciated. And we're gonna do you honor. We're gonna get them all looking snazzy and up in their frames. So there goes Bob. We got an assembly line. I measure and mark out. He takes them over and cuts them. And Keith here is gonna caulk them in. So. Is there writing? Can you read that? Clock over? That was the,
Looks like.
that's where the clock was. Yeah, hold clock over. Whatever that means. There's something I've never seen before. They've made custom cross supports for this, whatever this thing is. But it's got, you know, it's perfectly angled to seat in there for the exact right space. And they've got it twisted here. Man, they went to a lot of trouble to make that the way it is. Interesting. You would never see that today. Never, ever. I was just telling Bob I couldn't tell if that smell of burnt 2x4 when we were cutting it was BO or burnt wood smell. I should clarify, I meant my own BO, not Bob's. Bob's BO is much different. Well, you got it. Well, Bob?
It's a beautiful thing.
There's nothing interfering with our routing now, so when he comes, he's going to be able to put it right in, hopefully with no problem. That's a long way to pull wire through several angles, so
It is.
it's going to be a tough pull.
He says he can do it though.
Okay.
Sharpen them again.
Well, Keith, I'm super grateful. Thank you so much for
Well, Bob,
helping me with that.
I'm not sure if I'll be over tomorrow or not.
Well, we're here every day, so, but that made a big impact for us. Now when we run that heater, a lot less cold air getting out of here. Okay guys, that's it for today. I'm really excited because, is this open up here?
Yep.
Check this out. Tomorrow, we're having our first, well, we're filming it tomorrow. I'm not sure when you guys will see it, but we're having our first actual YouTube collaboration with another channel. So there's a guy has a channel called, his name is Alex. The Midwest Brick Doctor. So he's got a humble channel, but it's growing and it's pretty awesome. And he's gonna come and teach us how to lay brick and tuck point. But then there's some other things that require a really good mason, and he's gonna help us out with those. So that'll probably spread out over a couple videos.
That's going to be pretty interesting.
So we got, you guys probably remember we picked up this 1800s antique brick, and it's a pretty good match. And looking forward to that. So thanks, stay tuned, and
See you soon.
see you soon. All right, bye. So Keith, I was thinking about making a quick little video to show all the progress you've made over the last week or so. How you feeling?
Are you taking me back to the nursing home before you go to Poland?
You're out on parole?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So
I hope nobody really believes that, but you know.
how long does it take you to replace one window,
Oh God,
do you think?
half hour or something.
Half hour. So if there's 500 broken windows, that's 250 more hours.
But some of them are, not too bad. That all the stuff, all the tar and the mortar and all the caulking but
And
it's that original stuff that.
It's like hard as a diamond, yeah?
Oh yeah. That takes a little while longer.
And not only that, but he spent almost a whole day getting these old windows to actually operate again. So the awesome thing is, we've only got 3 open at the moment, but they all open now. They're all operational, including the ones over on the side there. And it helps us to be able to regulate the temperature inside the building, because in the winter it's like an ice box. In the summer it's like a cooler. And it's just really incredible to see that coming back to life, to see all the changes that are happening. There's one particular eyesore which I think has been one of the ugliest things about the building, that just bothers me every time I look at it. And so this is the basically the front facing most public side of the building. And when we started, it was probably about 60 to 70% of the windows were broken out, patched with metal. What's that? Yeah, he's 60 or 70 windows that need replaced in this area alone. If you look at that, it's like basically pieces of sheet metal, pieces of plastic. When there would be a hole in it, they would just silicone another piece of glass over the hole. It looks horrible. And he spent basically the last week or so, and he's got this window, this window, this window, the bottom halves basically all completely done with the exception of that one. And backing up here just a little bit, you can see how horrible it was, right? And we're just starting to get that first glimpse of, being squared away for the first time in gosh knows how long. What's the most painful part of changing windows?
Chiseling.
Chiseling, yeah. Because he was saying the other day that chiseling down is fine, because you can chisel down, but it's the up chiseling. You gotta hunch your shoulders and lift them, yeah.
And you gotta. It's a weird position.
Yeah, it's a weird position. So it's like a repetitive motion trauma. You just keep going and keep going. It's never ending. So the building provides, as we always say, and what we've done is we've been just running around the building looking for any old window that we can break apart. It was basically a day of just extracting windows from all the windows that were upstairs, just extracting the glass. These big ones back here, he's able to get 3 windows out of each, and we've got a bunch of them. And we're just looking around the building, gathering them up, carrying them down, using a hammer to knock the frames off of them, trying not to break them. This one did get a break, but we can still get one piece out of it. So we're salvaging everything we can. We're repurposing because glass is not cheap. Nothing is cheap in this process, because if you have one broken window, you got 500. If you got one area that needs tuck pointed, you got 500. So it's just the scale of it. So here we are up on the 2nd floor, and we see all these windows here have been replaced, and light is actually coming through because these metal patches don't they don't allow light through. So look at how many of them have been patched. So if you add all the metal ones there, and then you add all of the broken ones and the cracked ones and the just totally missing ones, it's about 75% of them need replaced. Only about 25% of them or less are actually usable. So when you look at the length of the building, it gives you an idea of how many, and this is just one floor, one side of one floor, 370 feet that way. That's how many windows need to be replaced. So this is a short video today, but as a reward for sticking around, I wanted to give you a sneak preview of what's coming up. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but I want to give you just this tiniest little quick preview of the epic scale of what's going on right now. We're doing collaborations with other channels. We're working on all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna be super quick about it. Don't want to spoil everything, but the volunteer day, oh my gosh, let me tell you, that was, just wait till you see it. Let's just say the ground floor looks a lot different now. Here's a door that we've never had before. And so much has been going on the property outside. Don't want to give all that away either.
Keep going. The back tires are Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay guys, that's it for today. I'm really excited because, is this open up here?
Yep.
Check this out. Tomorrow, we're having our first, well, we're filming it tomorrow. I'm not sure when you guys will see it, but we're having our first actual YouTube collaboration with another channel. So there's a guy has a channel called, his name is Alex, the Midwest Brick Doctor. So he's got a humble channel, but it's growing, and it's pretty awesome. And he's gonna come and teach us how to lay brick and tuck point. But then there's some other things that require a really good mason, and he's gonna help us out with those. So that'll probably spread out over a couple videos.
That's going to be pretty interesting.
So we got, you guys probably remember we picked up this 1800s antique brick, and it's a pretty good match, and looking forward to that. So thanks, stay tuned, and
See you soon.
see you soon. All right, bye.